I'm going to show you the simplest way to make coins on FIFA 23, but before we jump into that, I'm going to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 5% off at checkout. Now let's get right into this video. Alright boys, so diving into this video on the simplest way to make coins in FIFA 23, this method is going to be based around selling position modifiers to lazy buyers. Now when I say that, some of you might have an idea of what we're going to do here, while others that might just sound like a bunch of gibberish. So make sure to stick around for how to do this method, how to make the most coins out of it and whatnot. So we're going to be trading with position modifiers today, but it's not going to be just the basic snipe and bid on these for lower than they sell for, because that becomes really difficult with these cards. So when we look at position modifiers or any item, when you search for it, as you can see, the items that are closest to the front are the items that are about to expire, as you can see here. Now this plays a big part in what lazy buyers are, because what lazy buyers are people who won't exactly look for the cheapest price of an item. They'll just go look at position modifiers, flick through the first couple items here, and then just kind of like buy the one that's the cheapest on the first couple pages. So if I see there's a bunch of them for like 1600, 1500, 1600, and then I finally see one here for like 1000 or something, I would just buy that because that's what it seems the card is going for. That's what a lazy buyer is, and we're going to look to take advantage of those people through position modifiers. So our first step here is to find the price that position modifiers are selling for, which right now appears to be about 550 coins. And then our first step is just going to be to buy a ton of position modifiers. Now, typically I'll just buy these for maybe a little bit more expensive, just so it's easier to buy these. So I'll go pick up a bunch of these for the price they're selling for, or you can bid on them and try to get them 50 to 100 coins cheaper. But step one is to buy a bunch of position modifiers. Now, the reason we're doing this and we can pick these up just at the price they're selling for is because, again, we're going to be looking to take advantage of lazy buyers, meaning we're going to list these cards for more than their actual value. So now we have a bunch of position modifiers here. And let's say we go pick up 100, 200, 300 of those, however much you can buy. Now, our next step is to figure out what price lazy buyers are actually picking these up for. So what you can do is what I do is I'll start out and I'll set my minimum buy now to say 850 and my maximum buy now to 1000 here. Just some sort of arbitrary value above what you bought these cards for. And then what we can do is we can start adding a bunch of cards to the transfer targets. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to see if these cards sell at this price, or if they're just expiring and not selling at the prices they're listing for. So I did this before the video as well, just to give you an idea of this. So if I head over to my transfer targets here, we can see there's 2 cards sold here for 850. If there isn't a value there in that current bid slot, that means the card got bought. If there's not, that means it expired without getting bought. So some cards were getting bought for 850. Let's see, a card got bought for 1000 there. One got bought for 800. So you can see while these cards sell for like 550, 600 coins, they're getting bought for these higher values because of lazy buyers. And out of that set we just pinned, none of those got bought. So now we can see cards are selling for about 850 coins here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list my position modifiers for 850. However, there's a strategy to this. Hold up. 80% of you guys are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, please. And while you're here, you might as well follow on Twitch for daily live streams and join the Discord for more trading tips, investments, all that good stuff. I want to pick up as many position modifiers as I can get, and I want to list all of them at the exact same price at the exact same time. So what is the reason for this? Why are we listing these all at the same price? Why are we listing them all together and kind of flooding the market here? Well, this is because when people then search position modifiers, all of your cards are going to pop up together. And let's say you've got 40, 50, 60 cards listed at once. That means there's going to be 4, 5, 6 pages of position modifiers all listed at the same price, right? So when lazy buyers go to buy and they just see all these cards listed at the same price for a relatively cheap price at that, it's basically, they're going to get tired of flicking through these pages looking for position modifiers, and they're just going to buy one of yours. And when they see all these prices these are going for, and then they come across a bunch of pages of cards going for 850, they're just going to say, whatever, I'll buy one of these. So, and you can see somebody just bought one for 1500. What are they doing? So you can see the idea here is we're essentially going to buy cards for the price they're selling for, list them in mass quantities at a higher price, and just do this over and over and over. And it might not seem like a ton of coins, but it's something that's also passive income. So let's say I list 100 of these position modifiers, and I can make 200 coins a card. That means every 5 cards is 1,000 coins. And again, at the prices we're listing, that is exactly, we're making over that actually. We'd be making over 200 coins a card. But every 5 cards is 1,000 coins. That means we can make 20K every time we fill our transfer list with position modifiers. Now you have to keep in mind that when you list these cards, it is going to take time because one, your position modifiers aren't going to sell until they get down to the end of the hour. So always make sure you're listing for an hour when you're listing these cards up, and always make sure that you're relisting as much as possible, because not every card is going to sell every listing. Not a ton of cards are going to sell every listing, but it's kind of just like an overtime passive income. So if you're playing foot champs, have a full transfer list of position modifiers. If you're grinding drafts, have a full transfer list of position modifiers. If you're watching Netflix, have a full transfer list of position modifiers. In every day, you could crank out 30, 40, 50K just from listing cards for more than they sell for. It's a really simple method, as I mentioned, because you're literally, when it comes down to it, you're buying a card for what it sells for, and then you're just listing it for more expensive. But this is an easy 30, 40, 50K a day if you're just willing to do this over and over and over. If you guys got any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments down below. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video.